just stayed just west of, or wherever it is, south I guess, of Fradley Junction overnight, and I'm just going up now to the swing bridge, which somebody's already there and has opened. So I shall follow them through. All I have to do is close it. That'd be useful. So yes, he's just signalled that he's spotted me and will leave the bridge for me. Perfect. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Very much appreciated.
The gentleman on the water point has just shouted to me that he would come and close the bridge for me. So it gets better all the time, doesn't it? The boat in front opening it, and the gentleman on the water point is going to come and close it. Perfect.
Close the bridge for me, so that's very, very much appreciated.
Well, this is going to be a bit of fun and games. There's a boat in the lock coming up. There's a boat on the lock landing to go down, and there's only one space on the lock landing. There's a boat coming down from the lock above, and I've got to somehow now get across onto the other side. I can't get onto the lock landing because there's a boat on there, so I have to sort of try and hover in the canal but get out of the way of the boat coming down. It's a bit of a bottleneck, shall we say. And of course, just to make it more interesting, there's boats moored everywhere, including the boat moored right outside the Swan Inn, where it shouldn't be moored, where it's no mooring, against the white railings there. In fact, a CRT guy was banging on the roof of his boat just now, shouting at them to move. Well, I now have the boat facing in the right direction, but I'm far too far over to the left as you're looking at it on the picture, and need to get the boat over towards the towpath side a little bit more to allow access for other boats to get by. So I've got to sort of backwards and forwards the boat to crab it across the canal a little bit, and of course there's a little bit of a breeze just interfering a little bit as well. Well, I'm slowly getting there. I'm nearly across to the towpath side. You can just about see a boat coming down here over my right shoulder. He doesn't want to yield to anybody. He's going to come through no matter what.
Well, I will when I can.
For some reason he started yelling abuse at me to get out of his way. He's coming through. He has to get on. Some people just don't have the time of day, do they? I must admit, sometimes it is people and these, what they call classic boats, these old working boats, that are the worst. They seem to think they own the canals. And at the end of the day, I've got absolutely nowhere to go. As I say, there's a boat on the lock landing, there's a boat coming out of the lock as he's coming through here as well. Yeah, it should have just hung back a bit, slowed down, and waited for a few seconds, and it all been cleared. But no, I'm going to push on through no matter what. And not only has he got his main boat 70 foot long, he's towing a 70 foot butty as well. Things are getting all sorted out now. The boat has come out the lock and gone up towards the next lock, cleared that. The boat's moved off the lock landing and gone into the lock, so I can now get onto the lock landing, and it's all clear. That boat, we've only had to wait a few seconds and it'd been all easy. No, he had to push on through. Just rude, isn't it? Just rude. Well, that's me now on the lock landing.
Right, I'm just entering the top lock now, or the middle lock, or whatever it is. The top lock for me, going down towards Alrewas anyway. Lovely lady here on the slot helping me out. These lock volunteers, fantastic.
Well, that's my first lock of the day done. I think I'm only doing 3 today anyway, so I'm going to moor up, I think, before I reach the lock at Alrewas.
That was a little quick stop at the facilities here. Just got rid of a couple of bags of rubbish. One being that sack, a builder's sack I got caught around the top the other day. So now on to my second block of the day here at Fradley Junction. Just going past the cafe here, which apparently is excellent. I've never been in there, so I can't give you my own opinion on it.
And here it is. I believe it's called the Laughing Duck Cafe.
Just stopping now on the lock landing. That's all the Fradley locks done for me. I'm probably going to do the next lock as well, because if I can remember correctly, I don't believe there's any more on this side of the next lock. So I'm probably going to have to do the next one as well. And then we'll check to see if we've got any internet. Who knows? I actually had a little bit of internet where I was moored up overnight, just about, but I had zero phone signal inside the boat. I actually went for quite a walk to find a signal, and I called my mum to let her know I wouldn't be calling her today, and then it cut out as well. So yeah, phone signal up around Fradley Junction is not very good. Gets to the top of the locks, it's excellent, and so's the internet, and I believe it's not so bad once you get down through the locks either, so I'll find out, won't I? Fradley Narrowboats here.
I have actually just come down through the next lock. If I remember correctly, it was called Common Lock. Well, that was Common Lock we just came down through, past the marina. Fortunately, my destination is only 5 or 10 minutes away from here, which is Alrewas. I say fortunately because suddenly the wind picked up and it started to rain. Not chucking it down, but it was quite horrible in the wind. So I put the cameras away and I never filmed any more on my way down to Alrewas. Literally, there wasn't much more to film anyway. Perhaps my arriving there would have been one thing to film, but I didn't because I put the cameras away, obviously. You may be wondering why I came down here, because I'm going to wind the boat here. I will drop down through Alrewas Lock, where the winding hole is, turn the boat around and come back up. And why did I come here? Well, my good friends Debbie and Steve, who you've seen in previous videos, I'll see if I can snippet one out and I'll insert it because I never filmed at all while I was here. And I'll pick out where I filmed them when we were at Trevor Basin. Let's see if I can find that and I'll edit a little bit in so you know who I'm talking about. Well, I'm meeting them for dinner at the George and Dragon. So they were on about, well, they were staying at the George and Dragon, and they were on about they were going to walk up and meet me at Fradley Junction at the Swan. I said, don't do that. I'll bring the boat down and meet you at the George and Dragon. So that's what I did. So that was my little trip down to Alrewas. I'm going to turn the boat around here, as I said, and head back up. And I do more filming on the way back up. The weather was much nicer. And I bump into some fellow YouTubers. So don't miss the next episode where we have a bit of a chinwag across the canal. They're filling up with water while I'm waiting to fill up with water. In fact, I never do fill up with water there. It was just got so busy I gave up and carried on and went to the next water point because I wasn't desperate. That's all coming up in the next video. Meanwhile, I had a great meal, by the way, and a great evening out with Debbie and Steve. Of course, a big thank you goes out to them and everybody else who supports the channel. And if not already subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the old bell notification button and the all options. That way, YouTube will inform you every time I upload a new video. And if you would like to support the channel, you can become a Patreon, do a PayPal donation, or at the bottom of the video, click the thanks button and click the super thanks. That way it'll be donated directly to my channel, which will really help keeping my channel going. Every piece of support goes back into keeping this channel going. Well, that just leaves me to say, thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.